actually a meat processor for 7 years.
Were you really?
Yeah.
What part of the job did you do?
I was a butcher at a Sam's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the animals were already dead and you just chopped them
They
up?
were already dead. I just pretty much made fillets of everything.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they would come in like big pieces and we just cut ribeyes.
Did you ever consider much about what you're actually doing there? Like as in who the animals were before they got to you in that part of the job? Did you?
Yeah, as soon as I quit, I was a vegetarian for a year and a half. I just started back eating meat like 2 months ago.
Why did you quit eating meat? Like, what was it? What kind of connection did you make that made you want to do that?
We were getting pork sometime that had pus in it.
Yeah,
and we knew it was like cancerous or whatever.
Yeah.
So just seeing that all the time, it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth.
What about the actual violence? Did you ever consider that part of it? Or was it more just health?
A little bit of both. Just watching like the beheadings.
Yeah.
Like it just, I don't know, like stuff like that. It's just kind of hard to watch.
Totally, man. Do you think that there are ethical reasons not to eat meat?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think there's any justification to eat meat? Like, how do we justify? How do you justify it with yourself?
I think it kind of depends on how smart the animal actually is.
Okay.
Like, let's just say we eat meat like shellfish.
Yeah.
Where they really don't understand, they don't have feelings. But if we're talking like a pig or a cow, who can actually be a companion, and pigs are smarter than dogs.
Yeah, true that.
So it's like, I totally understand. But if it's like an animal that doesn't have any sense of realization or like can't get emotional, then I think that's different. But if it's an animal that you can have as a pet or fully understands what's about to happen to them, then that's totally different.
I totally agree. I think it's hard to make a strong case for an oyster.
Yeah.
Because they're not, as far as we know, like we classify them as animals, but they don't seem to have a central nervous system, anything like what we do.
Exactly.
Maybe they feel pain on some level, but it's not really sure.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to pigs, cows, chickens, dogs, fish, how do we justify it? Have you ever considered the parallels to other injustices that we've seen in the past?
Give me an example.
Slavery, for example. For example, these animals, none of them are free. They're all here to work to create a product. They're either meat or egg or dairy slaves. They're used every single day, exploited every single day, and as soon as they stop producing, then they get sent to the slaughterhouse and get stabbed in the throat.
Hey, I feel you, bro. It's messed up.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's messed up, dude.
Yeah.
And then these victims are so overlooked, because of the discrimination. It's not because they don't feel pain. We know they feel pain, right? Mm-hmm. It's not because they're not intelligent. We know they're intelligent.
Exactly.
They feel pain, they suffer, they want to live, they don't want to die. So what is it about them that makes it okay to stab them in the throat for foods that we don't need and we're better off without, but so wrong if you stab me or I stab you? What is the difference between us and them?
See, the thing is, I think, honestly, in like 100 years, I don't think it's going to be food like how we produce it now. I think they're already making plant-based foods in the lab.
Yeah,
now that tastes
totally.
So 100 years from now, I think y'all going to be a voice that actually gets to people. But right now, I think it's going to make a huge difference. Even though it's moving forward, like you see more vegan restaurants than ever now.
Yeah.
And more people are crossing over to that. But like I totally respect what y'all doing. I just don't think it's going to be a huge difference until.
Well, the thing that will make the difference is if good people realize the injustice and then make the small changes required to stop their contribution to it, because it's only a supply-demand issue. Definitely. So as we buy dairy products instead of soy milk or rice or almond or coconut milk, we continue to create this slave enterprise for these animals and this slaughter.
Hey, that's real.
Yeah, and so the less demand, the less supply, the less of this suffering and exploitation and killing happens. And that's why it's on us, man. Like, unless you were an advocate for slavery or a slave owner, otherwise you may have been quite neutral to it in the way that, I'm not causing it, it's not my choices. Yeah. Or the Holocaust in Germany, you might have lived in Germany, but you weren't deliberately buying products to continue the Holocaust.
Yeah, if you're buying meat products, you're definitely still a part of the problem.
Well, that is the problem. Mm-hmm. That is the problem. And what I guess I'm trying to say, man, is, we're not going to see the whole world go vegan like that. But if I change when I learn, when you know better, you do better, right? And if as well. And everybody I speak to tonight, I hope they'll be the same and be like, you know what? I put myself in that situation. I wouldn't want to be there. I wouldn't want anyone to be there. So if my choices are causing that to happen, I'm going to make different choices, and I'm going to get rice milk instead of cow's milk. I'm going to get beans on my burrito instead of meat. I'm going to try the new Beyond Burger. I'm going to go vegan, because anything less than vegan is still that. It's still all of that. Vegetarian, still the same. But vegan is it's just about non-exploitation. It's about, vegan just means you stop supporting slavery, you stop supporting violence, you stop supporting needless slaughter of sentient, innocent beings. And that should be the ethical starting point for our society, in a society that says, prides ourselves on non-violence and respect.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
You're 100% right, man. It's just hard, to be honest.
Hey, I hear you. You know what, man? It's probably so much easier than you think, and it is actually just as cheap, if not cheaper. Like, the cheapest foods are rice, beans, potatoes, oats, pasta. They're all vegan foods. When you want to get cheese, when you want to get the meats and things like that, that's when it starts adding up. But honestly, man, you can be vegan. You can be doing it on the cheap.
Hey, I was struggling to be a vegetarian for a year and a half. The vegan life is extremely hard.
Do you know what, man? Like, you don't even need to change it. You can eat meat. Just have vegan meat. You get the Beyond Burgers. You get there's so many different options now.
I had to stop eating those, man. Like, I can feel my testosterone going down.
1 second, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel my testosterone going down when I was eating all of those plant-based foods, like Beyond, Morning Star.
No, I know.
Just all of those products. I was eating it like every other day, and I could feel a change in my body. So if I was to do it, I wouldn't even eat the plant-based meat.
I hear you.
They came out with something that didn't bother me physically.
I think what you'll find is that if there is some sort of deficiency in your diet, it's not from lack of meat or lack of dairy. Every single nutrient that you need to survive and thrive and be at your best is in a plant-based diet, brother. Yeah. And so the answer doesn't have to be, oh shit, I need meat. The answer can just be, so what nutrient am I missing? Oh, I should probably eat more beans or something like that. That's what I'm saying, man. You still don't need to do it through this means. Like, when your options are to pay to get animals stabbed to death, who feel pain and suffer just like me and you, or to not and find your nutrient in a plant-based food that is at the same supermarket you already shop at, maybe it's just worth that little bit of extra. Okay, I'll spend 20 minutes on the internet trying to figure out how do I do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they deserve it, man.
Hey, they do.
They deserve it, man. And it's the least we can do as people who have the opportunity to do better, who have so much options at our disposal, who even have vegan meat and vegan cheese and vegan ice cream. The least we should do is our small part and just choose that instead of, like, we can bring this whole thing to an end, man. We can end animal cruelty forever if we just do our bit and spread that to other people. It makes the difference, man.
I am glad you made me think about it tonight.
I'm glad too as well. Thanks very much, brother. Thanks for stopping and having a chat.
Ain't no thing, man.
Yeah. And
conversation don't cost nothing, man.
Nah. And often it can lead to a very good place, bro. Like, that's what started with me. Someone said eating animals is bad karma, and I went from there.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. I felt like it was, and I still feel like it is, man. They say that the consumption of animal products extinguishes the seed of great compassion. You know, when you're part of the problem, like when your business and your life kind of revolves around this, you kind of don't really feel for it because you're like, nah. You make justifications in your head and your body just says nah. But I think the more you think about what we're doing, man, and who we're doing it to, our brothers and sisters, man. There's another good quote, you might like this one. Because the heart beats under a covering of feathers, scales, wings, or fur, is it for that reason to be of no account? Man, I know that you have grown up with this your whole life, man.
Yeah.
Being looked at differently because of the color of your skin and your race, which is fucking bullshit. Like, that's fucking bullshit that humans are so unevolved, many of us, to not be able to see past something so trivial.
Hey, that's real. I'm from the South, bro. I just moved out here a week ago.
Fuck, I'm glad you moved. I'm happy for you, man. I'm sorry that you went through all that shit because of ignorance. And this is a part of ignorance too, man. They look a little different on the outside too. Still got a heart, still got a brain, still got a family, still feel all the same feelings and emotions, but they look different, so that's how we justify it.
That's real.
Yeah. All right, bro.
I would definitely think on it, bro.
All right, my man. Take care. Thank you very much.